Generally, I don't post all that many news stories. I mean, there's plenty of other channels out there doing that. Mostly what I look to is the Lord and prophecy and that kind of stuff. But I did run across this one channel here, or this one news report. It's the channel Breaking News 365, which is one I don't go to that much. I just happened across it. And they have a news story here.
Notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Okay, I wanted to point this one out.
Breaking. Trump deploys 100 fighter jets to surround North Korea. This is not a drill. In response to Kim Jong-un's blatant escalations towards war, President Donald Trump has just ordered 100 nuclear bombers to be sent to bases surrounding North Korea. They don't stand a chance. The U.S. has upped their production of F-35 bomber jets, and is sending dozens of the nuclear-capable high-tech jets to allies such as South Korea and Japan. Kim Jong-un, of course, likely isn't very happy about this, but that's what you get when you poke the most patriotic president since Reagan. This comes in the wake of Kim Jong-un just launching a missile over Japan, which is a blatant threat. Silence is Consent previously reported that the Pentagon has been investigating the brash move by North Korea's military, and Japan has finally put their foot down. Popular Mechanics reports.
Okay, and here's where that news story comes from. Silenceisconsent.net. Okay. I don't know this channel either, so I don't know how credible these two sources are, really. But this is the page that guy was reading from on the video. I wanted to point out one thing here. It says here, deploys 100 fighter jets. Okay. And then down in the news story, it says ordered 100 nuclear bombers. That's a complete different ball game right there. So there's a little problem I have with this news report. A fighter jet is not a bomber, and vice versa. They're completely different beasts. I'm going to leave the links to this if you're really interested in looking at it. I'll put both links in the description. But I just wanted to mention one thing here. You know, I've been watching North Korea here for a while. And this last missile that he threw over Japan has really changed the dynamics. That was him. That was Kim Jong-un poking his thumb in Trump's eye. And basically, Trump is going to have to respond now. Or he's going to lose credibility in the world, okay? It's like when Obama said, don't cross this red line, and then when they did, he did absolutely nothing. Trump is not the kind of person to do that. And then South Korea, I've also seen several news reports on this, dropped 5 or 6 big bombs right on the DMZ, you know, the line between North and South Korea, to send a message. And Japan is flaring up. A lot of this isn't being noticed because of the problems out there in Texas, in Houston and all that. But if you have watched this at all, Trump is eerily quiet about this. All he said, his only response was, well, all options are on the table. And you've heard no more from him. That's almost a sign to me that he's going to slap him. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes within this week, if he does. And that's kind of what it's looking like. Up till now, this has pretty much been rhetoric, but I think this is a definite change in this. I think if you need to get your little duckies in order, maybe buy some water or a few cans of beans or whatever, it may be a good time to do that. Now, this would also be the perfect time for them to set off an EMP or a nuke as a false flag here in the United States. Will that happen? I have no idea. Are they above doing that, the New World Order? No, they'll do it in a heartbeat, because that'll drive us to accept their New World Order. The first President Bush, he told it like it was. He said, we'll have it either by consent or we'll have it by force, but we will have it. They told us right then what they intended to do. They will put their one world global government in, and we will not stop them. If we try to stop them, they'll destroy the whole world if they have to. That's their mindset. And, you know, I don't want to come off being all doom and gloom, but this is just the way their mindset is. That's just a fact. And then when you look at the scriptures, and you start looking at things like the Isaiah 17 battle there for Damascus, and you start looking at Ezekiel 38:39. Now, you know, I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on Ezekiel 38:39, because if you really, really research that, it almost looks like that war actually takes place at the end of the 1,000-year reign, that being Satan's final demise there. And if you research it, you can easily see that. But that's not to say that war can't happen twice. I mean, right now and then. Now, I guarantee you it's going to happen at the end of the 1,000-year reign. A lot of people are saying it's going to happen before Jesus' return. And there's a fair argument for that, but there's also some things that don't quite line up. There's a guy here on YouTube named Chris White. He did a really good study on this, if you want to look up his channel, about when the Ezekiel 38:39 war takes place. And he made some very, very good points. So it's almost to the point to where if you watch his video, then you have to either accept that it's going to happen at the end of the 1,000-year reign, or it's going to happen twice, prior to the start, basically the kickoff of Armageddon, and then again at the 1,000-year reign. There's a lot of instances in the Bible where prophecies are put out, and they do happen several times. If you look at Jeremiah's prophecies, look at 23, and I think it's 23, and then 50, Jeremiah 50. Look at those chapters, and you can see parallels, specifically I think in 50, of exactly what's going on right now in the United States. You know, I think Jeremiah, those prophecies, whether they were meant for this time or not, they sure shadow what's going on. So that'll give you something to look at too. Anyway, I'm going to close this video. I just wanted to make a quick point to let people know there's a difference in the silence of what's going on in North Korea right now. And that's when you got to perk your ears up and watch, because it can just happen overnight. Thanks for watching. If you like, subscribe.